for a long time, my primary interest was the beauty of the dog. And when I was a young student, I was a boy, I experienced one very traumatic event at my school when actually the dog that was on the table, and it was, you know, the school had all precautions and measures in place, so they were using a safety loops. And then at that one day, I remember that big Terra Nova, the Newfoundland dog, on the table, and actually he slips off the table, and he, you know, poor animal, you know, left himself hanging on a safety loop, be strangled, and he died instantly. So at that moment, as a young groomer, I said to myself, I will never tie the dog, no matter the industry standard is use a safety loops. I will never ever tie the dog to anything. So what I needed to develop with that commitment is actually teaching the dogs how to enjoy the grooming process, how to make dog love to come to the groomers. So I will have them work for me and interact with me as a groomer, so they will that we both will enjoy the process. So the dog will be nice on the table, not because I'm forcing him to stay, but because he would love to do that. And that is how I groom for 30 years. No incidents, because I'm very careful about and very conscious about that. Because if I see some dog doesn't like to be groomed, then I talk to the owner. I say, okay, we need to rehabilitate this behavior and reset the pattern of how the dog sees the groomers. And let's use a behavior therapy as something that we need to engage in relationship with the dog and ourselves, so the dog learn and can be teach how to enjoy the grooming. And that I said them, okay, we're gonna do today only one leg, come in week, then we're gonna bathe him, come in a week, we're gonna cut the nails, come next day just for a coffee, stop by, so we can just interact, so the dog sees that this place is very nice environment. And from that particular commitment that I did when I was 16 years old, it developed entire my career as a show dog handler. My dogs in a show ring were so happy, and they liked it to be, they liked to engage with me on so high level of interaction that they were the most charismatic dog in the ring. That is what made me become a very famous handler, because my dogs were the happiest in the ring. Not because I was ignoring them and they were like kind of, you know, running after me to make me feel engaged with them being happy. No, they were doing that because they wanted to please me, because I was pleasing them. And from that little, you know, development of myself as a groomer and professional dog handler, I actually understood that, I actually, in order to groom dogs nicely, I need to have them stay for me on the table. In order to have them stay for me on the table, and not to force them, I need to teach them. So by learning how to get from the dogs what I want, I actually got a possibility to teach the clients how to get and how to correct dog behavior. And that is what I see now. It's a much bigger need of the people in this segment of the dog behavior than in a grooming. So I actually decided now to step on new path. So I actually, you know, use all of this knowledge in order to help people live a beautiful, harmonious life next to their furry babies.